And yes, morning YouTube. This is one more immersion in Talk and Talk, an English immersion. My name is Yanka. I'm not a teacher. I am a student like you. And today we are going to discuss setting boundaries in our relation, I guess. We just watched a video trying to discuss a little bit if set boundaries can necessarily mean that you are being mean with the other person, or you just, or if you can set boundaries but being respectful or thinking in a good way, I guess, not being mean with the other, I guess. So is this possible or no? Maybe it's that the question. And is that, Lulian, could you introduce yourself for us, please?
Yes, good morning, everyone. I'm Luria. I live in Belo Horizonte. I'm 34 years old. I work as a business analyst in a company that the business of the company is agriculture. I have two dogs. I don't have any kids. And about the topic today, I think this it's about everyone about to say no to about boundaries, but I think it's a good topic to think about the how to raise our kids, right? Because it's not just yes, and sometimes you need to say some no's. And that's it. I'm excited for the topic today, and thank you, Yanka.
Welcome. But maybe, yeah, can be for children too. But I was thinking too about job, about work, or about friends, or about family. When we have to say no, you know, when we have to say, I don't want to go. I don't
Yeah.
like this. I don't like this behavior that you're having. When you have this kind of behavior, you hurt me. So, this kind of awkward conversation.
Yes, I really need to talk about that, you know. I think sometimes I'm a kind of people pleasure, you know. I want to to say yes for everyone, but it's
Mhm.
nice to talk about that to understand better our boundaries. Yes.
Okay, so let's try. Uh, the first question actually is, when was the last time you said no to someone? Did it feel selfish or like an act of self-respect? The last time that I said no, which was yesterday, I guess. Actually, I didn't said no. I didn't say no. I just didn't answer a call that I knew that to be invite for a place. But in that moment, I think that I was very sad with that person. And then I just didn't answer the call, and I was in a gay parade, I think, in that moment too. And in here we have a neighborhood called Gayborhood. That it's a neighborhood gay, a neighborhood, exactly. And the gay parade, it was in there. So in that moment, maybe it was a little bit selfish because I really wanted just to leave that moment, to be in that place and do not have to handle with that person in that moment. So it was a no, a selfish no, maybe. But yeah, I was sad with that person in that moment. So maybe it was a little bit of self-respect too, in the respecting my moment, I guess. Do you remember, Ludia, the last time that you said no or had a selfish behavior, I guess?
Yes, but it's hard to remember a moment now because, like I said, the most of time I say yes. But I remember uh, the last time I should have say no, you know, and I say yes. Like 2 days ago, which was Friday, my sister was here. She lives in another city, but she was here, and in my house, Belo Horizonte, and she has a daughter, my niece. And I love my niece. But normally we have this kind of it's not agreement. When my niece is here, like I do everything. I give shower, I give food, you know. I was just doing everything. And I remember my partner was playing with my niece, and it was like 11 p.m. He said, "Oh, I'm tired. I will go to the bed." And I say, okay, I will stay a little more, because the feeling of obligation to stay there. And after my sister asked me, can you give a shower and beer? Can you do this? Can you do this? And I was tired too. But okay, I can, you know. And if I could say no, of course. Oh, I need to wake up early tomorrow. I'm really tired. Today I wake up 5 a.m. But if I do this, just say no, and this okay in this moment, I think I could feel like selfish, about that. But the reason is a kind of act of self-respect, because my body was tired, my mind was tired, and I just say yes because of my feelings, because it's my sister, because it's my niece, and in some way I love to do that. But all the time I'm not thinking about my conditions, what I want to do. Like in that time I really want to sleep, and the other day I say no. Yes, good, nice, get nice. Saturday morning she was here, she needed me, and I had another appointment, and she asked me something, and I say, sorry, I really cannot do this because I have another appointment and I couldn't cancel. Okay, okay, okay. So in this moment I was okay with my decision, because she didn't ask me in advance. So I don't have a crystal ball. So I say, oh, I cannot. So for me, and most of time I feel like more selfish because I have this feeling about I could do. But the most of time it's a self-respect act too. It's just I'm not training to do that. Like my partner, he just went to the bed, he said good night for everyone, and he was okay, perfect. You know, it's about your mind. And then
Okay, it's hard to be available every time, every moment to do everything sometimes. Yeah, I feel you. But I don't think that it's bad to say no sometimes, and respect ourselves. I think that this is the point here. We have to do this sometimes. And to me, it's so bad. I think that this didn't happen with you and your sister, but it's sad when you say no and the other person change and the other person uh be mad with you because you said no, like
yes,
now
yes, I
like
understand.
you can go on, Luria, if you want to.
Now I was just talking, since it's just us, it look like a conversation for me. But you're talking like when people be mad, and I say yes, I understand. But can go on, go on.
Yeah, people just don't like you anymore because you said no for them. So my relationship with you, it was nice when I was saying yes for you. I was like agreeing with everything. But when I set my boundaries, when I said, oh yeah, so I don't like this. Could you do not do this with me? And now this person just changed it with you, don't like you anymore because you said that you don't like that behavior, you don't like that situation. To me, it's like relationship, it won't be perfect every time. People are different. We have to change in some point, not change, but respect the other boundary, I guess. I am mad today.
Yeah. No, no, I was thinking something to say that when you be mad because of that, looks like the relation about me, you know, like you, like it's not a mature relation, like looks like we need to give a lot of explanations for the other one. If it's really a relation that is a respectful one, it's a healthy one, this is normal, about saying no. About me, about this, about the fear of saying no, is because first, I think I told you once, I'm the oldest daughter. So all the time I have here in my house all this responsibility to do everything, everything, and I like to, this is the problem, because sometimes I like to do this because I like to, I don't know, to see the other ones happy. So what I'm trying to do now is, I'm doing a lot of therapy because of that, is because in this process the other one was happy, I was happy for the other one, but I was not happy for myself, for who I am. So I'm trying to do things now when everyone can be happy. I can be happy and the other ones too. Because it's really hard to think just about the other one. No, it's really hard. And since I have all this background here about family, like my sister, always she was my little sister. I did everything. So, of course, we will pass off all this background for her niece. And I love it. She was Titia Lulu, Titia Lulu, Titia Lulu. And I need to say that she lives in another city. So I don't have all the opportunity to stay with her. So all the time, it's an opportunity for me to spend some time. And I was tired. No, I was not respecting my body, my health. I don't know. And something that I'm learning now, Bianca, it's a kind of curiosity. Maybe you are living like now in US. It's about culture too, because Brazil people general, we have this about to say yes for everything, you know like, but in Europe, like my partner is not from here, he say no and he say just no. Sometimes when I ask him something about us, about our relation, when he say no, a cold no, no, I need to opa. This is a nice no, but it's just no for me. I'm just saying no. It's just a no. It's yes and no. But for me, it's a oh no. It's a no. I'm not being mad, but looks like for the way I think about the relationship, he he could say like, oh maybe yes. Oh, I will try. But no, no. And it's simple like that. So sometimes I've said I need to learn more, like how to be like that, but at the same time he can learn to be more, more understand my point, because it's hard to broke this culture, just to broke this pattern for me and for him. But so this is about the way we were raised, about what you think about yes and no, like, and the feelings of other ones.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking why in Brazil we have this big problem with no, I guess. This is nice to thinking about
Yeah.
culturally.
Yes, I think it's for all our history. I don't know. I don't have the right answer, but I think it's about all history, about to be nice with everyone, to be polite to everyone, even with people from here, people from other places. We are really nice. You want to looks like you want to be loved, you know? You want to be loved because of since we have all the history about slavery, about colonization, about to be a country that is like, with a lot of, it's not the first country, it's a sub-development country. All this looks like we have this, when we are someone that you need to be loved, to be accepted, and you do everything for the other one. Looks like Brazil, a country, a big country, that is this feeling too, inside of. So I think people in general, he want to be accepted. Look like, I need to say yes. I need to be that too. Everyone think I'm nice. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, makes sense. Unfortunately, makes sense.
Yes. No. All the time we are not a conquer. Conquer is conquered. Conquistador, né? Conquered. We are not like that. So since we are not like that, look like we need to do the opposite, Like to the others, like the movies of superhero, the first one all the time just arrive and that's it, the second one all the time he need to be there doing something to assure his place. I don't know, sei lá, I was just thinking a lot of things here, sorry.
No, it's fine. It makes sense. Makes sense in general. Yeah. But okay, and moving on, I think you talked a little bit about this, but thinking more deeply, how do you usually recognize that your boundary has been crossed? How do you feel in that moment? Do you react fast or you react, you take a time to react? Can you see?
Yes, I can see the difference. When I say quickly, or when I'm doing something quickly, normally it's because it's not crossing my boundaries. It's okay, normally I know when it's hard for me if I took some time to give the answer, Since now I'm trying to understand better myself, what I think is that I receive information, like someone asking me something, or I know I need to do something. I receive this. Looks like I'm in process, thinking in all the, oh my God, but I want to do this. I don't want, but I don't like this. I will do. So normally, when I'm analyzing more, evaluating more, looks like it's a kind of question or demand that probably I need to think better, if you say yes or no. Like I said about my niece, it was the same. She just was here and say, "Oh, can you give shower and my niece and my daughter and then in case my niece?" And I was like that. Oh, okay, okay, no. So normally, I am in this moment of my life trying to know myself better, to do things for me and my loved ones, and I'm okay with that. I don't mind to do things for people that I care of, but I need to be okay with that. So since I have this moment now, I'm analyzing more my answers, So I think normally I take more time. And you?
Analyzing more, having this dialogue in your head. Like,
Yes, just me and my inside out, like a joy. What is the name in English? Joy, sadness, angry, all the feelings in my. They are just analyzing, discussing, and after they will say something.
everyone. It was fun, imagine that. Uh, I take a time to say this, to say what I have to say. I had a situation in my job, for example, that a coworker was doing something that was really bothering me. And every time, like, we had periodical appointments together, and every time this coworker did the same stuff always. And that stuff was really bothering me, was really disrespecting me, I guess. And I took a time to say, when I have to say this, when I have to, I feel that my boundary was crossed. I feel offended. I bring to the therapy. I talk with my therapist. I take a, it was like a process of a month 2 months, which was a really long process because it's hard to say no or to set a boundary sometimes because you don't know how you are gonna be interpreted. So I really took a time, and my boundaries keep being crossed always. I try different ways to solve it, but it wasn't effective, I guess. So I had to talk with this coworker. And it was funny because in his head, we were friends for a long time. When I set the boundary, we wasn't anymore friends. Now he
Yes,
hates me.
I'm mad. I'm mad. You cannot do this. I have a when is something that person by person, a situation that is just you and another person, or just you and a group of people. For me, is more like a quickly decision. I don't let the situation go too far. But in your case that you said about work, about the big environments, normally I will put myself down because I have this about big groups, so about my work. Normally, probably I would accept this the same situation that you passed for a long time because it's bigger than me. I will put myself really small because but this is normal, maybe I need to change, maybe I will try to change myself first in these moments, for work, for big groups, if I participate of big groups of my life, I don't know, I participate of a church voluntary or like some kind of thing. So normally I will accept people, the way people are and this because everyone is different. So I will try to put myself smaller. I know, but like you said, the situation sometimes cannot be like that forever. And if you need to have a relation with someone, like you said about a coworker, of course you need to say something. But for this, I'm sure I need to take a long time, to be prepared, to, like you said, talk with therapy, to prepare myself. Oh, simulate the conversation in my head, probably in the shower. Nossa, for sure. Like, oh, I do this. I wait someone in my head answer. But da, 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 but da, da, no, looks like I need to be prepared for the argument, for the conversation.
Mhm.
So I don't know, but I think I'm like you in this case, in the case that involved big groups, big environments. It's not just about you and personal person around you,
Yeah. Yeah, and I was careful, I guess. I talked with a lot of people before doing that. I talked with my supervisor. I talked like, hey man, this guy, why? I can't. Because it was really disrespectful. I talked with friends, therapists, everyone. Like I had the conversation in my head with all my inside out.
Yes.
It was a really hard work. But yeah, but usually I do that. Before taking a decision, I think a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. I am the kind of person that if I'm gonna break up with you, I take like 6 months
Yes.
thinking about is this right? Am I gonna do that? I take a really time because I don't wanna regret about the decision later. When I take the decision, then I take the decision. I think, well, I think too much, I thought too much about that. Now I am sure that this is the right thing to do. And then I go there and do. So it wasn't something that I didn't think about. I really thought about.
Oh, I remember a situation in my life now about romantic one, I was in a relationship in the past, took me like long time to finish because of that. We knew it, both of us. We knew it, like that is something that it just bothering us, you know. And every time when we had a situation like that, a situation that make us see, you know, a visual one, a situation that make us see, I was thinking, oh my God, this is the time. I need to finish this. I need to talk with that, with him. All the time, this was in my mind. And for 1 week, normally when I was just in a relation, like just a romantic dating moment, so we didn't live together. So normally we see each other like 1 week after, you know, like okay. So I had all this time to think, and I said, oh, next time I will see him, I will finish this. I will finish this. And I remember when he just arrived, no words was saying, or me or him, no words, you know, like we just lose the courage because of some reason. And we just what we did, live the life like, oh, go in the restaurant, oh, go in my house to watch a movie, you know. Was just like that. It looks like our life start again, and we didn't talk about the problem that we need to talk. And all the time was like that. And this for it was a lucky, at least it was not every month, you know. It was like every 4 months. I all the things happen the same. Oh, it's now. It's now. I will talk. I will talk. I simulate the conversation in my head. When I need to talk in front of the person, I was like coward, you know. I didn't because of reasons, right? Like life. And I think for him too, you know, because, and I love to express myself, but in the other case, he didn't. Until a time that we couldn't support this anymore. And believe it or not, we finish in a silence. No one, yes, no one, uh, how can I don't remember for real, like long time ago, I don't care anymore, but I remember like we had a moment together. It was not a fight, the opposite, was okay, but I didn't have the feeling to say any a message to him. He didn't. He was in another city, and that's happened, you know. So 1 month passed. I said, oh, for me, I'm single, because he didn't say anything. Almost 2 months, and I remember one day he just say yes, oi, hello, and he just sent me all the things. I need more time, and I say I don't have more time to give you. Sorry, no, I don't have more time. So the conversation at the end was from WhatsApp, because we didn't have the courage to say in front of us, you know, to finish this in a real, you know. Look at. So this say more about me than about him, because I'm like that, you know. I need to say yes for everyone. So in the moment I need to say a big no, it was really hard for me. But say something about him too, because he was not mature, like a lot of things, you know. But it's about I was in a big preparation, and the moment I was coward, you know. I
Girl, what's happened?
yes, I don't
Oh
know. I
my
was
God.
young.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You are young, so yeah, this
No,
can
this cannot
explain.
happen anymore. I was young and I was losing myself about what I think about relationships, you know.
Mhm.
Um, I now, if people just analyze my relationship, they can say that it was a toxic one, no. And I don't like to use this word, because at the same time I was kind of happy, some, no. But this is about toxic ones, because you have bad moments, and sometimes things will just disappear, and bad moments again, you know. But
Mhm.
I don't uh, I was insecure, and this is the point. I didn't
Mhm.
want to be alone. I didn't want to start another relation. For me, makes more sense try to to save this relation that start a new one with someone else. You know, and it's really hard.
Yes, Luria, this is, yeah, you have to talk about that in your therapy.
Yes, I know. This is a closest page already, you know? Like
Uh,
just I when in my first therapy, like when I finish, I talk about that. And I said
okay.
no words, no words. And I say, and now sometimes I need to be careful with that, Yaka, because sometimes I talk a lot now. You know, I don't let these things happen again. Like when I'm feeling something, a little thing, I just I need to talk about that with you, my new partner, right? Uh, okay, okay, you can talk and we solve the problems. Things need to be said. It's a rule, you know.
Yeah, this is nice. Okay, you learned from it. This is a good sign, I guess, of maturity. Not maturity, but that you get more mature, maybe
Yes,
amadurecer with this situation, I guess.
yes, yes.
Okay, and thinking about the next one, um, what's a personal boundary you wish more people respected?
Oh, for
Maybe I
me, it's
have to
hard.
think a little bit. Do you have the answer?
Yes, no, I don't have because I don't have boundaries about physical touch, you know. Like sometimes people say to me, I'm not a hug person, you know, but I am a hug person. So normally I ask someone, oh, can I hug you or like that? Or touch, you know, like to speak with me. Normally I like this. I don't have a I'm an easygoing person, you know. I just don't like when people are not respectful about who I am. I can say like that. Well, I can say like that now. I can say one thing. Since I have this personality about who I am, about I talk, you know, sometimes express a lot with my body language. You know, one day if you know me, maybe if you see me in person, we can understand. I like to use like colorful clothes, not colorful like a brega, okay? But I use like t-shirts, nice, you know, or I have a yellow All-Star Converse, like
Mhm.
that. I like to do this. And the way I acted, that is a saying that I hate about people. You are crazy. You know, people normally say this. Você é louquinha, hein? Você é doidinha. You are crazy like that.
No, I am
And I just
authentic.
Yes, yes, and I really hate that. I really hate like, oh, você é doidinha. And I don't like because people always use like inha, that in Portuguese is a kind of affection way to say thing like louquinha, doidinha, because they don't want to say louca or crazy or something like that because it's really bad.
Oh
I
my,
don't like it. I don't like it. I really don't like it. This is a Sometimes when I'm okay, I said no, I'm not. I'm just me, you know. Like if it's different from you, it's not mean like I'm doidinha or I'm a louquinha. And sometimes this is the first impression of someone, you know. So they they need to understand they cannot just say something like that, you know. It's the first time you see me,
mhm,
cannot do that. But this is normally I don't like, you know. And For a moment of my life I try to take this like in the good way, you know. Yes, I'm crazy for life, I'm crazy for living, I'm crazy because I need to enjoy life, you know. If you are boring like, you know, I was taking the word to in the way like, yes, I'm crazy because of that, I really want this, you know.
mhm.
But I need to say that sometimes I'm feel like not respected about that, you know. So yeah, something I remember. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
this is a huge one, I guess. And people do that, don't don't they? They like judge at the first sight, I
Yeah.
guess. And yeah, this is bad. I feel this sometimes too. Um, and this is very disrespectful too, I guess. It's not nice. In my case, I don't like, I have a physical block, I guess, when people keep touching me, like talking with me, blah, 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 and touching me. And girl, I am here for you. I'm listening. I'm looking at you. I am like, I'm totally in this conversation. You don't need to keep touching me, please. It's
Yes.
really bothering me. When I see, I'm going to back. When I see, I am almost, please don't. Oh my God, this is the worst. So maybe a physical boundary, I have some like that. And when I am not only when I am talking, when people are talking, when someone is talking, mainly when it's women, this is with me. Mainly when a woman is talking and someone, usually a man, keep cutting, keep cutting the
Ah,
person.
yes.
Do not allow the other person to finish the conversation, not finish the conversation, but to finish the line, the thought that that
The
person is
thoughts.
having. To me, it's so disrespectful. So I keep like, oh my God, could you just shut up and listen to? I keep so. There are
Yeah.
some that really make me mad, and this is one thing that really happen often. And the guys do not realize that they do not allow the other person finish. Not all men, of course, not all men, but always a man, but not all men. But they do not allow the other girl, mainly woman, to finish what she is talking. Sometimes I question myself if that guy is really hearing what the girl is saying, really understanding what the girl is saying. To me, this is very bad. Very, very, I don't like this too. But
Yes, I
yeah,
understand your point.
I don't know, maybe I am too this way. Maybe people cut at me so much that even when I am having conversation with someone, I can't talk. I wait the person really finish what the person said. But maybe this is it's something in me. But because
I
I
think
passed
yes.
through this a lot of time, I guess.
I think yes, Bianca. Like this happened today, and I remember happened the other day because since now, like when you're just talking just of us, sometimes I'm talking and I'm moving my. You cannot let me check if my camera will. I like I'm like that talking with you like yes, 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 I understand, but my camera will close because it's okay. So I'm like that, like I am into to the conversation, and sometimes you just stop. Oh, go ahead, Luria. Because like you want to give me the opportunity to say, and it's not the first time you do this. You did this. I remember the other immersion that you did this too. I was just like, yeah, yeah, mm-hmm, yes, I understand. I got it, and you just go ahead. But
Mhm.
it's nice to understand these patterns about us. Like I have these two. I need to stop to listen because since I speak a lot, sometimes like my partner didn't speak a lot of things, and the other day I was speaking. I said, "You want to say something now?" Because I know for you, no, I will say. So he was no saying things to. I don't like to be like impulsive, about this to make like I'm taking all the conversation. So sometimes I need to control myself to give the opportunity for the others talk. This is something about me too.
Mhm. Okay, I feel, I understand. Yeah. Personalities, I guess, different personalities sometimes,
Yeah.
and we have to learn how to deal with that. And sometimes it's a challenge, sometimes it's not. But like setting boundaries, sometimes in a good way, we start to know each other, I guess. And this doesn't mean that we don't like each other, just
Yeah,
that we are different.
we're just different. I agree, you know. You don't need to be the same. It would be really boring if you like everyone is the same.
Yeah. But going to the next one, I think that it will be the last one. Have you ever felt guilt for putting your needs first, Lulian? Why do you think that happened? Have you ever felt guilt to do that?
A lot of times. I felt guilty when I'm thinking about myself, when I think about my desires. Like I want to plan a trip for the end of this month because it's my birthday, 29, and I want something and my partner wants other thing, and I was thinking, okay, but we talked about that before, so maybe and okay, but I really want to do that, you know. And I was like try to, how can I say, not praying. I want to because his thing was not sure, you know, like can be yes or no. And I was thinking, his thing will not be happen, like okay. And in the end it was like that, like it was, oh, bye bye. And I was happy because of that, you know, but in the same time I feel guilty because I know he wanted to do this. But okay, so I think the first feeling I will feel is guilty because of, like I said, about our mentality here in Brazil, our background, this way to be like that. And after, I will be okay with my decision because I'm more mature to process it, to understand. But I think the first feeling, the first one, I know myself, you know, so, oh, okay, I did this. But okay, I'm okay with that, you know, so it'll be like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine. Yeah, sometimes we have to be selfish because being it's not a bad stuff. Being people pleasing every time, like you're gonna live for the other always. You're
Yes.
gonna what are you, like just a tool for other person? No, you have your own feelings, you have your own desires, you want to do the stuff for yourself too. I feel guilty when I think about myself, when I make decision thinking about myself and do not please the other person, do not do what the other person wants to. Just my boss, when my boss may ask me to do something, obviously I'm gonna do. But the other, yeah, and I shouldn't. Sometimes I should. But the other, and my mom too. But the others, I'm trying to think more. And I am think like if this person go away because I set my boundary, it's not my problem. I'm sorry. You liked me until I said just yes for you, and now that I'm saying no or setting some boundaries, you don't like me. I'm truly sorry. I won't feel
Yeah.
guilty. Sometimes my mind think, oh my God, did eu fiz isso certo? Did I do this right? Sometimes I think about that, but then I pass all the story in my mind again. I see, yeah, Yanka, you are fine.
Hey.
Go live your life. Go like try to find another problem.
Yes, this one is already finished. Yes.
It's always like that. But yeah, I feel guilty. But I will think more about that. Why? I think that I read a text about this, about Brazilians being so nice always. Não sei se
Yeah.
é o Bom Selvagem. I don't remember the name of this text, but I will search and then I can share with you later. What
Mm.
is that, Florian? Are you fine with this immersion? Do you want to talk something?
Yes, I'm fine. I like to talk about looks like about who we are, you know, about the decisions, about I don't know, when we talk about is the first step, you know, to advance in your life, to develop something. Like I said, I it's hard for me to say no, but I'm doing better. It's hard for me to receive the eu are doidinha, you know. I'm getting better. So it's about that, the adult life, you know, the other relationship that I had. The second, this one now, it's totally different, you know, because I learned something. That's it. I think it's nice to talk, to put our inside out, like out, And when you, in my opinion, when we speak, you put this loud is better than the stay just in your head, in your mind. So thank you, Yanka.
Yes, I agree with you. Sometimes I feel that I am crazy because it's just in my mind. I think that my inside out fight physically,
Yes.
they are very, I don't know. So when I put this out, it seems that I am not crazy and I hear myself and I think that everything is fine. So it's nice to talk. Thank
Yeah.
you, Lorian, for today.